somewhere. Hello. Hello, hello. This is your favorite villain, Justin here. We're doing some more Baldur's Gate. We're staying consistent with the game and streams. We're continuing our evil playthrough. So, we managed to avoid immediately running off our party member options. However, it will not be long, I assure you, before my pure wickedness and evilness runs them off, much as I do everyone in real life. I can assure you. Let me make sure we're live on Kick here. Alright, we're live on Kick. That's all I need to check. I can trust, thanks to my OBS experience, that I am live everywhere else. Let us continue the journey into wickedness and evilness. I guess this counts as Halloween theming also, because we're gonna be role-playing for 1 million gold. We're going to demand that the Baldur's Gate government give us 1 million gold to stop the absolute cult. But anyway, yeah, we're good. We're getting real nerdy on a Saturday night here with a Dungeons and Dragons game. And that's the gist of it. That's the gist of what's going on here. So feel free to stop by if that tickles your fancy. Anyway. Yes, we are in Jargon. Jurgen is his name, I think. We're in Jurgen's lair. This guy is Withers, and he's he's the Grim Reaper in Baldur's Gate. Alright, so we got Shadowheart here. Go ahead and shove you out of the way. Be gone. That was quite a shove there. From a woman who could not produce that much force biomechanically if you paid her to. That was a good shot, I'm assuming. How did that? Oh, hey, we can keep that on screen so I can actually pay more attention to the whatever these are called. Combat log. Can pay more attention to the combat log.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Go ahead. Just keep a volley of arrows going at these spooky, scary skeletons here that moan like animals when they get hit, or screech. They screech like animals or birds when they get hit. I wonder if there was a way to incapacitate all these people while they were literally not awakened. Oh, there goes Shadowheart. This isn't going so well. Alright. Vampire guy. Do your thing. Get out. Okay. Got that. Be gone. Alright, well that didn't provoke an attack of opportunity, so that's good. Oh, they were using Rays of Frost. Those entombed scribes. Using Rays of Frost.
A dull moment.
Alright, we're gonna burn through these really quick. Can I even land a sneak attack? Okay. And I missed. And I missed. And I missed. Oh, okay, that one took half my health out. Oof. We're really not doing so good. We probably should have found Lizelle before we came here. Huh.
Feel my mistress's.
Alright, well that went about as good as you could expect.
Death's cold grip.
Okay.
Make it hurt.
Good job.
Blood comes easy these days.
Missing with a knife. Good job. Oh, very nice. Missing with a knife at close range. That was good. That did enough. That did the job. Somehow. Oof. That almost took me out. Alright. I had to go for the... Alright. Alright, asshole. Had to go for the evil guy, huh? I see what's going on here.
Can't give up. Not now. Let's get you up.
Alright, make yourself useful. Revive
Sometimes the only way out is
revive
through.
the main character. Make yourself
ready.
useful, lady. Revive the main character here. Oh, just had to throw another silence aura, huh? I see what's going on here.
Heading there.
Okay. Guess who's getting hit with a sacred flame? Nope. Not you. Guess it. Nope. Alright. Guess who's getting hit with a firebolt? No one. Keep up the good work, Shadowheart. Thank God these people have firebolts, otherwise we'd be
Still breathing.
a little screwed. We'd
Despite
be
everything.
relying on crossbows here to get the job done, which honestly is not much different than a firebolt. But I mean, it's better than nothing. Alright, now guess who's getting hit with sacred flame? You. Biatch.
Time to kill.
Alright.
Outmaneuver them.
You suck, Astrid.
Stand on my
Oh
feet.
fuck. So okay, Astrid's a rogue,
Light
so
on my
we're gonna be double rogued up in the function here. It's just gonna suck.
To surrender their
I
valuables.
think we had an
Even
acid
after death.
Fools.
Got a
Rising
bunch
from the
of
dead just to protect some dusty old baubles.
foo-foo accented British
What's in here?
queers on my party. I don't even like my own guy's accent because it breaks the immersion that I'm supposed to be role playing as Dr. Evil. So we should have been like, fools rising from the dead just to protect some dusty old mob. Or well, that's a terrible Dr. Evil, but it's better than his vaguely British accent. I don't know why. I don't know why everyone has to have it. Do they just have British accents to symbolize that this is supposed to be set in ye olden days? Because if so, I mean, I get it, but just not a fan of having met British people, I'm not a fan of their accents. Anyway,
What's inside?
their accents. I associate their accents with their
A lot
poor
of effort to hide
behavior,
behind a sarcophagus.
mannerisms, and attitudes. Speak with the dead, you say. An amulet of lost voices. This will be perfect for my evil activities. I'll be able to commune with the evil dead. Richly abandoned sarcophagus. I'm assuming this is Jurgen or Withers. as he calls his manifestation in this game. I read the Wikipedia article about you. I like how he just shows up at your camp if you don't find him, I think.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me. Right, as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
Nothing. Oh, I can attack him? I can attack him? Wait. Hold on, I gotta save some and see what happens if I attack him. Back off, old man.
Dull your weapons as you wish.
I like how you can just attack death.
Ah, yes. Well struck. Thy accuracy would be lauded, had it a purpose. Hast thou finished?
Can you not be
Fate
harmed?
has not
What matter is this?
declared mine injury. Therefore it shall not occur. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Whatever, beef jerky.
How long has it been? We have nothing more to discuss. I must attend this place after so many years away. We will see each other again soon.
You don't look like you're half praying mantis to me, beef jerky mummy.
The mechanics of fate would be difficult to explain to one such as thyself. Regardless, it will occur.
I'm blowing this popsicle stand. Creeping me out, beef jerky dude. Now how the fuck are you supposed to get on that ladder? Okay, where does this go? What the hell? Oh, this takes me back to the top. I see.
Die a bloody pauper unless you take a few risks.
Why don't we just wait a while? Make sure it's safe.
Either we act now, or someone else will pick that wreck clean and leave us nothing.
Haven't seen anyone but us. It's just wilderness out here.
Ooh, this is a good opportunity for me to be evil. Hold on. First rule of Fight Club, always save scum. This is a good opportunity for me to display my evil nature.
Time to get going.
I'm gonna take these bozos out before they even
Blood
know what
follows me
they're doing.
everywhere.
So long, suckers. him with a firebolt, gay vampire. Alright, acting like you can't just jump over that.
What now?
What should I do?
Oh, I don't know, perhaps kill them? What do you think you should do? We're in a battle. Kill people in a battle. What the hell did that just make it like a toy box noise? If you say so.
Can't give up.
It didn't look impossible. It looked impossible for you to get tangled, in my opinion. Oh, that's why it played like a toy box-ish noises, because he got lulled to sleep by a spell. Hit them with another fire. Weird lady. Moon worshipping lady. Oh, dead again, I'm not surprised. You always were useless. Okay.
Got to focus. On the move.
Yeah, focus on not dying, bozo. Gun, would you look at that? You know, as the resident evil member of this party, I quite frankly don't care if she survives or not, because I can just steal her artifact.
Go for the throat.
She dies, so you're doing me a favor by getting rid of her arms. Miss again, why don't you, Astrid, you useless son of a bitch? Would you do me a favor and miss again? Son of a bitch. Oh, but the
choice but to
arrow
keep going.
legs. What are
the
you,
safest
a
path.
ranger?
On my way.
My faith will protect me. Got to move.
Clearly not. You've almost dropped dead 3 times since you've joined my party. Yep, just die again, why don't you? No, don't mind me, just saving the day as usual. Even though I'm supposed to be evil and never save the day.
Quickly.
Oh wow, a whole 1 damage. I'm surprised you didn't get hit point blank by an arrow there. How useless you are. Try not to get excited by the sight of bloody, weird vampire.
Another fight. Let's go.
Here, don't mind me, I'll just be over here reviving the person I could care less about.
I'm ready.
Are you? Are you ready to fail again at the slightest amount of resistance? Biatch. Color me shocked again. He didn't, Color me shocked again that he didn't drop him dead from getting hit by an arrow at point blank range. Alright, you useless buffoons managed to survive another battle.
Please.
To my immense displeasement.
At the ready. I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
Stop talking in a fruity British accent. You're making me angry because we're supposed to be Dr. Evil. Alright, we have to find Lozelle. Everyone be cool. Sword. It will come in handy. Unfortunately, we're stuck with light armor. The worst of the armors.
There is work to do.
I'm giving you a hand axe so I can call you the old battle axe you are. The old battle axe.
Don't touch me.
No one wants to touch you, you weird fruity vampire. Cool your jets. Even your underwear's fruity, creep.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Alright. Just go ahead and stop working, why don't you? Oh, now I gotta drag it too. Of course. There we go. And of course it just starts working randomly again.
There's no time to waste.
What the hell is a chain shirt? Anywho.
I'll take this way.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the hell is going on here?
Break them.
Oh, fuck me. Can I Can I go back to before this happened? Oh my god, that's gonna... Alright, we're just gonna hope we get a better luck of the draw. Should have firebolted that. You know, I mean, freaking sharks with freaking laser beams is my thing, so I should have known to firebolt to that. That's my total B. That's my total B, everyone. Oh, okay, Pat. Oh, yeah, you're gonna do me like this time. Yeah. That's how you're gonna do me.
Spill some blood.
There we go. That's how evil is done. That's how evil gets done around here.
Where do I go from here?
And then get him once more. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Can't afford to let up.
Get him a little bit of lacerating. Let's get him bleeding and then push him into the fire. Yeah, there we go. That's how you get evil. That's how evil gets done.
You fought
There we
well.
go.
Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
There we go. That was beautiful. Okay. Now where the hell are we even? Let's assess this. Let's assess the situation here. Do we have any torches by chance? Oh, would you look at that? What we did have for sure was bombs on us the entire time. Alright. Who needs a torch when you have such ample candelabras around? There. Oh, there's the guy we knocked down here along with the floor from the other party. We really beat all of them to the punch here. Can I even use a shield? I'm surprised I can. We're getting those elfin wood souls on, and then we're gonna go with the... We're going with the destitute looking in. Alright, let's see what books they got in stock here. The Unclaimed. The Mortal View, Eyewitness Accounts of the Ball Spawn Crisis. Let's see what's going on with this. The Guild seal on the inside of the cover belongs to a printmaking collective in Baldur's Gate. Sure, what is like Penguin Publishing or something? Anyway, of course, I knew the second that girl was walking that she'd be trouble. Little thief, always in everyone's business. And that Ward Gorian went right along with her. No surprise a wicked god's blood was running in their veins. Anonymous Candlekeep. Saravak and his lot are always the first ones that come to mind, you know. This all started with a bit of iron in Nashkel. Everyone thought their weapons would rot out of their hands back then. I thought the problem was bad trade, never took the man for a son of Baal. A minion mercenary interviewed on his deathbed. Alright. So these are, alright, so we're just supposed to assume these are all eyewitness accounts of Baal spawn. Even though they aren't all necessarily mentioning Baal. Okay. You dare speak that name to me? My mistress was turned to ash. Fighting those forsaken wretches, I curse Baal. I curse Orincius, and I curse you, hostile vampire, Athkaltla slums. The five tore Tahir to pieces. I don't think anyone expected more Baal spawn showing up right here. Let me consult the D&D Wikipedia to get an idea of what Baal spawn looked like. Holy shit, they look weird. Baal spawn, sometimes called child of Baal, was a mortal offspring of the dead god Baal. Alright, well Baal doesn't look like I expect. Well, number one, it says quasi-deity. Isn't Baal one of the three that took Jurgel's place? Dark Erg, Fallen Baal spawn, White Dragonborn. Alright, well there's a lot of gods related things going on in the background of this D&D campaign video game. Would fix the war that a pack of them started. Then again, they were all inclined to killing each other, eh? Good riddance. Here's hoping every last one of them has been wiped off the face of Faerun. I'm not authorized to be talking about any murder with someone like you. Take it up at the sea tower if you want to argue, but honestly, who cares if a Baal spawn got it stuck to them? Their father's the killing type after all. Flaming Fist Gauntlet, Baldur's Gate. Several hundred more interviews follow, most of them terse. Several hundred, you say in this book. That's a lot of accounts of Baal spawn, I would say. Alright, let's read the description of this book. The Unclaimed. The sturdily bound story of a cleric, Shar, whose soul was never claimed from the city of judgment. Let's give it a read. In her life, her service had been impeccable. Daily did she devote herself to the Lady of Loss. Daily did she free herself from the tyranny of memory. All in time was lost to her, her relations, her preferences, even her own name. Upon the altar of her devotion placed she the ultimate offering, her emptied mind. And when she awoke in death and found herself standing in the pale and faded city of judgment, she waited for the Lady of Loss to retrieve her. 1,000,000 souls and more passed her in colorless gust, but no hand materialized in her hand, no voice whispered instructions in her ear, no guidance proffered itself from the bleached and barren sky. Time, immaterial time, passed around her like air, coming and going, and still the goddess did not come for her devotee. Kelimvor pitied her as much as the Lord of the Dead is able, but could not intervene. This cleric of the Lady of Loss, unclaimed despite her worthiness, might yet have one more lesson to learn, that not forgetting but being forgotten. I see. Interesting. A Shar devotee. What is Shar? Let us consult the Dungeons and Dragons Wikipedia. Forgotten Realms is a campaign setting for Dungeons and Dragons. In all its editions, it aims to provide a complete and thorough reference for the wealth of canon and licensed information or realms lore released in the decades since the setting's creation by Ed Greenwood. It covers the canonical source books, novels, magazines, comics, and other media, as well as officially licensed sources such as video games, card games, board games, movies, and television series. I see. So, Forgotten Realms is has a very big lore base for Dungeons and Dragons is what I'm getting. Alright. Shar, greater deity. Alright, well, what's the difference between a quasi and a... Because Bald is a quasi deity. Hold on, let's look up Bald again. It's funny that Bald is a quasi deity in this, when that is like the name of actual religious figure. What is a quasi-deity? Quasi-deity, also called a hero deity, was a term to describe the lowest rank of the deities. A quasi-deity once meant that a being was immortal and superior to any mortal creature. A quasi-deity's mundane movement speed was superior to that of a mortal creature. Some quasi-deities could not grant spells. True dragons, who mastered the art of a dragon ascendant, represented an exception, for they could grant spells to those who dedicated themselves to them. A quasi-deity was completely immune. A quasi-deity was completely immune to every attempt to tamper with its mind, sap its vitality, or force it into a different form. It had a strong defense against magic, but only a limited defense against heat. Weapons not enchanted with magic of an epic scope could not hurt a quasi-deity without problems. These defenses against magic, heat, and non-magical physical attacks grew stronger as a deity rose in rank. After the events of the Second Sundering, the Dead Three became quasi-deities. What is the Second Sundering? Second Sundering. Type: Cataclysm. Location: Abir and Toril. Whoa, wait. Responsible party: Ow. What is it? Ow. Ow. Titles: The Overgod, the Hidden One, the Watcher, the One who is hidden. Overgod. Ow is an overgod. What is an overgod? An overgod, also an overpower, was a type of deity or set principles that existed beyond the normal ranking of gods of the gods, bound of the normal cosmology and concepts such as alignment. Overpowers were, whether entities or ethics, that which was venerated by the gods themselves, or at the very least respected or deferred to. Although only one overgod was confirmed in realm space, Lord Au, some sages speculated about other beings that could be considered overpowers, as well as the supreme bureaucrat of the celestial bureaucracy, Mazita, the mother deity of the Maztecan pantheon and fate. The guiding principle being the Zakaran pantheon. It was unclear if these beings were simply variants of Ao, or distinct beings with authority over different parts of the world. According to some sources, Asgarath, also known as Lo, patron god of the dragons, and Corellian, patron god of the elves, were also overgods. Overgods were more powerful than even greater deities. They had dominion over an entire crystal sphere. I don't know what a crystal sphere is. And all the gods within it. Unlike normal gods, however, their influence was limited to a single sphere, and they had no power beyond it. It was said that they put all their power into maintaining their given sphere, and that perhaps they were its spirit made manifest. The more gods under the dominion of an overgod, the stronger that overgod became. The more gods under the dominion of an overgod, the stronger that overgod became. Meaning, those that wanted to grow almost always sought to invite new deities under their rule. It may have been possible that gods of non-overgod status were capable of killing and or overtaking overgods, but this was unclear. Overpowers were not so much manipulators of the realms they controlled as guardians and vigils watching out for the entire area within their influence. Terrible things could happen to the gods of the world if they did not pay attention to the dictates of their overpower. However, this did not mean that they had to bend like straws to their commons. Excuse me. Interesting. Well, I guess I should figure out what Shar is before I spend too much time reading the Wikipedia. Alright. Faerunian Pantheon, formerly Netherese Pantheon. Alright, so what is a greater deity? Among a category for all greater deities. Among the deities worshipped by mortals, a greater deity was one of the most powerful when ordered by rank. According to Face and Pantheons Part 6, they generally had millions of followers and commanded retrospects from their divine peers. Well, that was rather short. Okay, so apparently the gods have ranks. Oh, okay, wait, so Al just looks like a wispy it looks like the wispy face of an old man, but it's like a very large, okay, that's, huh. Alright, so a quasi-deity is the lowest, then it's a demigod, then it's a lesser deity, intermediate deity, greater deity, okay, so over deity is the top, greater, so Shar is like right under over deity, okay, so Shar is pretty powerful, okay, I see. Shar, also known as Mistress of the Night and the Lady of Loss, was the goddess of darkness and the night in the Faerunian pantheon, and the benevolent twin sister and counterpart to the goddess of the moon, Saloon. Saloon is what Shadowheart worships, and this is the twin counterpart of Saloon. Is she more powerful than Saloon? What is your rank, Saloon? What is your rank as a god? But what is your rank as a god? What is your rank as a god? Does Saloon not have a rank? Is Saloon also a greater deity? Is Saloon even a deity? This doesn't say what her rank as a deity is. Alright. Well, if Shar is a greater deity and they've battled, I guess that means she's powerful. She held the portfolios of darkness, forgetfulness, loss, and night, and after she slew the underground god Ibrandol. What is Ibrandol? Oh, that's a nasty looking. Man, they really forget to include power level god. Okay, wait. Is Saloon's god rank under power level? Power level. Power level. Power level. Power level. They really forgot to put that in. What is Saloon's power level? Intermediate power. Okay, so it says she's a greater deity. Whoa, hey. Alright, so it says, yeah, so Shar is a greater deity, and Saloon is a greater deity also. Anyway, let's go back to reading about Shar. Slew the underground god Ibrandol. She claimed the portfolios of caverns, dungeons, and the Underdark. In the time of ancient Netheril, Shar also held the portfolios of hatred, sleep, nightmares. I don't know what holding the portfolios means. Also held the portfolios of hatred, sleep, nightmares, illusions, lies, trickery, hiding places, betrayal, treachery, seduction, thieves, thievery, murder, winter, before she lost these to other deities. She was the goddess of darkness, not only as the absence of light, but also the metaphorical darkness that dwelled in one's heart, mind, and soul. The domain of the Mistress of Night was not only that of dark places, but deeds done under darkness, secrets, loss, hidden pain, and wanting to forget. She was also the creator of the Shadow Weave, a dark counterpart and attack upon the Weave of Mistral and her successors, before both of the weaves fell into ruin during the spell plague. Mistral, Lady of Mysteries, was a greater deity and the first incarnation of the goddess of magic. Later incarnations of the goddess were named Mistra. Mistral was most notably known for was notably known as the being who embodied the weave, the primary source of magic in the cosmos. She supplied and regulated magical energy to all, making possible spells and magical effects, but her portfolio also included knowledge and energy, invention and creativity, song time, and the season of spring. Mistral manifested herself in many ways through many conduits, but her followers usually described her as a beautiful human woman with intense blue eyes that wore gracefully refined blue-white robes of fine thick silk. Her skin glowed and her hair was every color of the rainbow. Manifestations. When being mysterious, she was depicted as a swarm of rainbow-colored will-o-wisp in the vague shape of a humanoid female, but usually a subtle manifestation was all that was necessary. Her trademark blue-white aura pulsing on the person, place, or thing that she wished to illuminate. Occasionally this aura would coalesce into a point of light that she used to lead her faithful in a particular direction, write a message, or even cast spells. Mistral's followers and those who used magic for good or ill were sometimes made aware of her approval or disapproval by a gift, message, or aid in some form. Gifts were often blue or clear gemstones, perhaps containing an agathion, multicolored tourmalines, belly jewels, shield stones, or a rogue stone. Let me try to read some of those again. Gifts were often blue or clear gemstones, perhaps containing an agathinian, multicolored tourmalines, belly jewelus, shield stones, or a rogue stone. Messages, aid, or warnings were usually delivered in the form of small, translucent magical creatures or normal creatures such as blue jays, sparrowhawks, pseudo-dragons, white cats, dogs, beasts of burden, horses, mules, donkeys, unicorns, pegasi, selkies, and mephits from the quasi-elemental plane of radiance. For more extingent circumstances, the goddess might send elephants, gem or metallic dragons, guardians of any kind, incarnations of hope, faith, or courage, light, as minions, divas, or a dreaded Marut. All Mistral's incarnations, messengers, and servants had blue or mismatched eyes. Personality. Mistral had a mercurial personality that reflected her chaotic nature. She could be coldly serious one moment and laughingly boisterous the next. She could be blushingly innocent or savagely wise, blitherly unfocused or relentlessly dedicated, but in all her capriciousness, she tried to do what she thought best for the weave and practice of the art in Toriel. If she had a flaw, it was that at times she seemed naive and too trusting. Being the embodiment and consciousness of the weave, Mistral could wield magic like no other being. She had no practical limitations on how many spells she could cast, how powerful they were, how often she could cast them, or what form they could take. unless she willed otherwise. She was immune to all spells except those that bypassed her control of the weave and drew on the raw magic from which the weave was woven. She could withhold magic from any entity, making spellcasting impossible, and even prevent them from using magical items if she so desired. She could block other deities from accessing the weave, but she could not prevent them from granting spells to their priest through prayer. One of the aspects of her portfolio was that Mistral paid particular attention to was the time and continuity of the timeline. In order to prevent abuse of time travel, she created the Time Conduit spell, and made its restrictions binding on all other attempts at traveling back in time. She was aware of anyone attempting to travel and caused all research into circumventing her rules to lead back to her Time Conduit spell as the only solution. Her awareness even extended to other planes of existence, preventing re-entry to the prime material plane for those that attempted anachronistic mischief. Mistral distrusted Shar, who was one of her progenitors, because Shar consistently sought to usurp her power and role. She regarded her other progenitor, Selûne, as overly material and sometimes acted contrary to her motherly advice. Mistral was an eternal enemy of both Koza and Moander, whom she saw as trying to corrupt or destroy all that she and her worshippers sought to build and accomplish. Mistral's relationship with her worshippers and followers was open and welcoming to members of all alignments. The majority of her venerators were human, but all seekers of arcane lore were accepted. Legend has it that at the dawn of time, Lord Ao created the universe, and out of the early chaos came twin deities Shar of the darkness and Selûne of the light. Together, those two beings created the spheres in the firmament, one of which was the world of Abir Toril and its spirit Shantia. Shantia desired new and more abundant life for her world and asked the sisters for light and warmth in order to nurture it. In this, the two beings could not agree. Selûne eventually acted on her own and gave Toril a son, which Shar immediately sought to put out, thus beginning the battle between light and darkness that raged for eons. At some point, the Dark Goddess got the upper hand and doused many of Selûne's motes of light. In a desperate move, Selûne tore a piece of magical essence from herself and hurled it at her sister. When it hit, Shar also lost a portion of her essence and was cast in the void for centuries. From the blending of dark and light energies, Mistral was born as a being of pure magic, inextricably tied to the weave. Both of the twins were diminished as a result, with the Moon Maiden's wound being more grave. However, Mistral was ideologically closer to Selûne, and being created from both light and darkness, Mistral and later goddesses' magic acted as a balancing force between Selûne and the Lady of Loss. In -339 DR 3520 in Netherese Reckoning, the Netherese Archwizard Crassus took it upon himself to defeat the Barim that were threatening the Netherese Empire. He had spent years researching Carusus' avatar, the only 12th level spell ever created, which was designed to temporarily rob a deity of their power and grant it instead to the spellcaster. Wearing the so-called Crown of Carusus, Carusus chose to rob Mistral, and when her godly essence poured into him, his mind and body were overwhelmed and he found that he was incapable of wielding such power. Mistral's hold on the weave was weakened and it began to unravel. Magical effects doubled in power briefly, then became wild and chaotic. To save the weave from permanent damage, Mistral chose to sacrifice herself, which broke Carusa's connection, killing him and stopped all magic for a short time. While Carusus briefly achieved apotheosis, his actions became known as Carusus's folly, ended the empire of Mithril in mere moments. In the time it took for the Mother of all Magic to reincarnate herself, most of the floating cities in Mithril crashed to the ground. When the goddess of magic was reborn, this time as Mystra, she used as a vessel a beautiful peasant girl who was just learning cantrips, but who had the capability of one day becoming an archwizard. She immediately took control of the weave and magic returned to Toril. In the aftermath of the fall of Netheril, the new goddess took a much more lawful view of magic use and laid down some rules, including a decree that the most powerful of spells would fail utterly. That was a mouthful. Alright. Is there anything noteworthy about Mystra? Wait, a goddess. Wait, so Mystra and Shar. Okay, well, I mean, it makes sense because Shar and Saloon made Mistral that, she would be one step below and overpowered. Alright, well, we spent more time reading lore than we did playing, but we're gonna keep going here.
Let's have a look. Breathe deep and move.
The adventures of one Baron von Baron and his goblin guide Jaw as they brave the thick jungles of Chult. Interesting. Well, her face looks fucked up. There we go. Does this just lead to where? Wait a minute. So is this completely different than where I was at before? Like, this isn't Jurgel's temple. This is just a completely different place.
Seems simple enough.
No lock, no handle. How does it open?
It's a door you can't lock with. Interesting. So what's going on with this place? Who is this a statue of? Oh, there's probably more books to read. There's probably more lore afoot here.
You do not recognize the language on the plaque.
Oh, of course. Don't mind me just lighting light sources. Don't mind me just getting the light sources
Curious.
going.
What was that?
Oh, it unlocked the door. Well, that's excellent. Ah, golden two pins. Excellent. Which is in the rustic chest handle. Okay, let's read the chapel records. Fine dust coats the pages of this weathered book. Beneath the bone white powder, hundreds of short obituaries recorded in the script. Grobian Tipple, ill matter drowning. Ivan Arkinson, Ogma internal rot. Oh, those are their gods. Okay. Dervin Stout, Saloon Fever. I guess that's interesting in the sense that I believe Saloon is the god of light. So what is Ilmater? Ilmater. Ilmater is the crying god, the broken god, the lord on the rack, the one who endures, the rack broken lord. Ilmater, known to the Lulutan people of the Great Glacier as Eruk, and to the Englutin people as Itish Ikopak, was the Ferunian intermediate deity of endurance, martyrdom, perseverance, and suffering, known variously as the Crying God, the Rack-broken Lord, and the one who endures. Ilmater was the patron of the suffering, oppressed, and persecuted. He encouraged them to endure and encouraged others to help them by taking their burdens or places. Ilmater was a willing well, he didn't take the place of this person who was drowning, but Ilmater was the patron of the suffering, oppressed, and persecuted. He encouraged them to endure and encouraged others to help them by taking their burdens or places. Oh, maybe this person's taking the place of someone who drew. Ilmater was a willing sufferer, bearing the pain of others to spare them from it, and it was said that he had his way, that if he had his way, he would do so for all the suffering in the world. In avatar form, Ilmater appeared as a short man with burly build, wearing only a brie cloth, with a plain but kind and comforting face, a balding head, and a hairy body. But this body bore the marks of mutilation and torture on the rack, covered with open cuts, closed scars, burns, and a range of other wounds. Ilmater's joints... It's hard to say that with an H. Ilmater was the incarnation of compassion and the eternal foe of suffering, a generous, good-spirited, and even-tempered deity with a kind and gentle nature. He sought to offer aid and relief, words of comfort to those in pain who were oppressed or otherwise in great need. He encouraged them to endure their pain, suffering, and abuse, for good things came to those who waited. He encouraged his faithful to halt and relieve the suffering of others, and to take it on themselves if they must. Ilmater was himself a willing sufferer, taking one's place to bear their burden, seeking to endure any pain if it would lessen the pain of another. Ilmater did not anger quickly, but when he did, he was fearsome in his wrath. He was greatly angered by extreme cruelty and atrocities, and by those who inflicted such suffering. He was particularly enraged by those who harmed or abused children and other young creatures. At such times he set aside his doctrine of endurance and non-violence and unleashed his full force to put an end to cruelty. Although his ravaged appearance or his righteous rage could scare children, Ilmater took great care to reassure them and protect them. He treasured all children and young creatures in general. Ilmater was the most forgiving of beings. It was thought he could even forgive Lovitar, maiden of pain, if she repented of her cruel deeds. Though he knew full well the atrocities and horrific acts that wicked creatures could do, he remained forever hopeful that evil beings could one day be turned to good or destroyed, and so he stayed firm in his goals. He had a good, if rather rustic, sense of humor and liked to hear funny stories. When manifested as an avatar, Ilmater could cast a wide variety of magic spells, and was strongest with healing magic and beneficial necromancy. Only rarely did he cast a spell that injured another, except in anger and retribution for a cruel or sadistic deed performed by the target or to protect another from harm. He fought unarmed and was a supreme martial artist. However, he usually chose not to defend himself, instead simply taking and absorbing the damage, and his avatar was extremely hard to destroy. As with his spells, Ilmater only attacked in retribution or protection, or to deflect missiles or destroy items. He also used non-lethal methods to disable his powerful foes. His unarmed strike counted as a +5 keen lawful Vorpal weapon. Alternatively, he could possess any good and innocent creature that was being tortured, provided that the torture contravened local laws. This creature glowed white, all pain was relieved, and any wounds were regenerated immediately. Torture or restraining devices were immediately destroyed, releasing the sufferer alert and healthy. In the case of extreme torture or associated murder, Ilmater granted the possessed being the ability to cast destructive spells such as Flame Strike, Lightning Bolt, or Chain Lightning, Meteor Swarm Sink, or imprisonment for a short time in retribution. When not appearing via his avatar or through possession, Ilmater manifested as an unseen presence that made a howling or whimpering sound, yet felt watchful. In this form, he could speak, cast spells, or move objects around by telekinesis. To act in his place, Ilmater could send divas, Hiriar, spirits of slain martyrs, holophants, incarnates of courage, planetars, solars, and some beings that remained unidentified, to indicate or suggest his presence or awareness. To show his favor and to give his faithful encouragement, Ilmater could create daisies and white roses, or send white donkeys, white doves, field mice, or sparrows. The simple appearance of the colors gray and red served as a minor manifestation of Ilmater's favor. Alright, and who is Ogma? Alright, well, I didn't finish this article, but I don't want to read the whole thing. Who is Ogma? And the person who was an Ogma worshipper died of eternal rot. Agma was then... Alright, so Agma is... derogatory titles as the unknowing. The binder of what is known, Lord of Knowledge, patron of all bards, patron of bards, the wise god, Lord of all knowledge, god of wisdom, the wise, the bard. Adjectives, Agmanite, aspect aliases, Kruna, goddess of wisdom, shining lands, Re de Goma. Agma was the neutral or unaligned greater god of inspiration. He's a greater god of inspiration, invention, and knowledge, and the patron of bards in the Faerunian pantheon. Lord of knowledge was the leader of the deities of knowledge and invention, and as such was the most powerful god of knowledge in Faerun. The binder of what is known, or simply the binder, was also a member of the Celtic pantheon as a neutral or neutral good intermediate deity of speech and writing, as well as the patron of the arts and everything beautiful and creative in all genders. Agma's domain was nothing less than the whole of knowledge and thought, whether they were written down, spoken aloud, or even still remained in the mind. For the idea was the purest and highest incarnation of knowledge. Agma was also known as Krunia, goddess of wisdom in the Shining Lands, where she was a part of the faith of the Edema, and to the Shalarin, he was Rida Goma. An idea has no heft, but it can move mountains. An idea has no authority, but it can dominate people. An idea has no strength, but it can push aside empires. Knowledge is the greatest tool of the mortal mind, outweighing anything made by mortal hands. Before anything can exist, the idea must exist. Although he was seldom sighted and was depicted in many different forms, Agma's avatar most often appeared as a handsome dark-skinned man in bright, resplendent, and stylish clothes. An ornate armor more appropriate to a fantastic stage play than anywhere else. Typically his outfit included a tabard with ornamented shoulder plates, a cummerbund with an exquisitely beautiful scene painted on its medallion-shaped buckle, and open meshwork boots with long pointed toes that curled around and were tipped with dangling crystal teardrops that nearly touched the toes. On very rare occasions when battle was expected, Agma appeared as an enormous elderly but brawny man, entirely cloaked by his long flowing hair and beard, which was either white or black streaked with white. While Agma was outwardly carefree and cheerful in manner, often with a quiet humor and ready smile, the binder was possessed of great wisdom and could be solemn and righteous when needed. He was legendary for his geniality, and all beings apart from the most evil and hateful appreciated his fine singing voice and fabled musical talents. He possessed profound powers of persuasion, using his good looks, peerless charm, and rhetorical prowess to sway even his most fierce opposition towards his point of view, and he did so at any opportunity. However, his critics, like fellow deities Lathander and Lyria, who were often radically opposed to conservatism, saw such oratory and charm as manipulative and narrow-minded. But it was Agma's burden to choose which ideas and thoughts would spread and which would fade away with their creator, so that all others would not be in jeopardy. Resting heavily in his heart were the experiences of millennia, and hence in this duty he was serious, firmly protective, and deeply cautious. He favored a doctrine of ideological conservatism and sticking strictly to the status quo rather than risking a rogue idea disrupting the delicate balance of knowledge he had been preserving since history began. Yet, after the spell plague, something changed in Agma. He was still the judge of ideas and innovations, choosing which would be remembered and forgotten, but the Lord of Knowledge could not stand the suppression of any original thought, regardless of whether Yet after the spell plague, something changed in Ogma. He was still the judge of ideas and innovations, choosing which would be remembered and forgotten, but the Lord of Knowledge cannot stand the suppression of any original thought, regardless of whether the consequences were good or bad. He thrived on ideas, especially new ones, and the sharing of knowledge in all forms. If the wise god had a weakness, it might be his tendency to overthink things. He often concocted convoluted schemes in his head and implemented those rather than simply act directly. Ogma had all the abilities of a creative bard and wizard and more, as well as, of course, a god. In particular, every non-divine being who heard Ogma's avatar speak could be charmed by him. While they could resist the magic, there was no immunity. And it continued as long as he kept talking. He himself was invulnerable to all spells and powers that charmed, altered emotions, or harmed or hampered one's intellect, wisdom, or sanity. Ogma was known to use all schools of arcane magic, and especially potent spells of abjuration and divination. He possessed 4 psionic powers, 3 devotions, 1 science, with all attack and all defense modes. He also had ESP, allowing him to read the minds of all creatures up to 180 yards away. Ogma could sense any idea or type of creative expression anywhere in the world up to 160 days before it occurred, and retain the feeling for as long afterwards. The Lord of Knowledge could answer any question put to him, though it might take even him a little while to research for the trickier topics. Ogma also knew or could see the secret name or true name of every non-divine creature, especially on words where the Celtic pantheon held sway. With his name, Ogma could control any creature or cause them to die, though this was usually not applicable on Toriel. True name magic was clearly associated with the Ogmanite faith. This was one reason he was known as the Binder, but in some accounts allege the origin of the title laid in his power to force demons, devils, and other fiends into a special prison he had created or of his choosing, where they would remain trapped until he chose to let them out for some reason. Manifestation. When Ogma did manifest, it was commonly as a blue-green radiance with an accompaniment of musical chords. These were distinctive, being described as crawling or rising and almost menacing in their pitch. The chords never changed between manifestations and were proprietary to the patron of bards. Any musician who dared to try play them was instantly met with a manifestation warning them to desist. Those who continued were also encircled by a ring of blue flame that could burn them, inflicting serious injuries and even death if they had angered the god enough. In any case, those who beheld the blue-green radiance had a strong feeling that they were being watched. Ogma was known to speak, though in a voice that was aged, refined, and echoing, and made laconic statements such as, "Well said, 'tis well done, desist from thy course or perish, or what ye seek is to be founded." An alternative manifestation was as a white light of blinding intensity. It could display a pair of eyes, blazing flames, project colored beams, or force to apply magical effects or exclude arms and hands capable of carrying items, wielding weapons, and indicating things of importance. To aid his followers or show his approval or disapproval of their actions, the binder could send golems or various makes, metallic dragons, particularly electrum dragons, face eggs, translators, washers, a type of beholder kin, watch ghost, and a Lindy. Ogma usually carried special yarding made of white snow. This instrument could play any tone or song flawlessly, sound like several instruments at once. Okay, what was the spell purge? Spell... The spell plague, called the Blue Breath of Change by the inhabitants of Abir, was a disaster that struck a realm space, and even the planes themselves. By the date Tarshak 29, the year of blue fire, 1385 DR, and was caused by Mistra's assassination at the hands of Sirik and Shar. It continued for a decade, leading to the Wailing Years, during which arcane magic ceased to function and the planet of Toril was transformed. In her vision, Yaphil referred to Mistra as the White Queen, and to Shar, goddess of the night, as the Black Queen, god of murder, was the assassin. Savares, the god of divination, was the soothsayer, and the city, cavern, and tree symbolized the ordered structures of magical crumbling into chaos. The most popular and widely accepted theory about the origins of the spellbreak is that this calamity was caused by the dead Mystra, the goddess of magic. For eons, magic had been found within Mistra's weave, the universal structure of arcane forces, and her death toward weave part and unleashed the raw magic contained within it, creating the cataclysm that was later known as spellbreak. Other scholars, however, consider this to be a logical explanation. Historically, two earlier incarnations of Mistra had died before only they were born, and before only to be reborn, and the weave maintained soul over power of magic for the duration of their deaths. And these scholars views the truth will never be fully known to mortals, and perhaps not even to the gods. Around 1396, the sentient construct Sinosure theorized that the escape of an entity named the Traitor from its confinement in the dungeons of Stardeep around the same time Mistra was murdered may have also influenced the spellplague's virulent onslaught. Around 1497 DR, scholars and sages who studied the chasm of Neverwinter, such as Razard, believed the aboliths of the abolithic sovereignty may have been the actual creators of the spellplague, although there was no definitive proof. Mistra's death caused the weave to collapse, and without the weave, the shadow weave was unable to be maintained and collapsed as well. The breakdown of the weave was felt by all wizards across Faerun. The corrupted madness of Sirik defiled what arcane forces remained. From the dissolution of the weave, resulting in a new magical source defiling arcane energy in the form of blue flames that destroyed Dwemer and continued to spread across the multiverse. Anything that came in contact with the spellplague risked being destroyed or warped by its energies. Creatures and individuals risk being plague changed, which entailed massive physical mutations and often complete loss of sanity, and sometimes restored the creature or individual with terrible powers. Those who came into contact with weaker versions of spellplague were sometimes lucky enough to only escape with a spell scar, which could also bestow potent magical abilities. Physical places could also be horribly warped by the spellplague, becoming a changeling. Spellplague manifests in Toril as a storm of blue flames in the Argent Wolves west Alrua, and quickly grew massive in size. Alruan wizards having divined the death of Mistra and the destruction of the weave, were able to use the energy of the blue fire to save most of their kingdom by shifting it into another world. Albeit, however, the remaining ruined islands and Toril were laid waste due to heavy wild magic activity in the area. I'm grabbing a drink, I'll be right back. Alright, well my voice is thoroughly fucked from reading, but we're gonna continue ahead here. Ugh. A lot of words, that was a lot of words to catch up with the lore that I am behind on here. That was a lot of words to catch up on the lore that I am behind on. All that to understand this one bit of text here. Okay, I don't know who this is though. I don't know who this is a statue of. Perhaps investigating the stacks of books around here could help me get an idea of who this is a statue of. I already read that one. I already read eyewitness accounts of Death and Divinity, a godly guide. The spine of this heavy black book, well that's clearly gold, is inked with a chain of silver skulls. Death is too powerful a force even for a single god to contain it. It is a duty that has been passed from hand to hand, splintered into smaller pieces. Disease, war, funeral rites, but there must always be an overseer of the cycle as life falls away. For countless aeons, it was Drul, the lord of the end of everything, presided over mortality with his unblinking stare until even he grew weary. Young Ball, Bane, and Miracle must have thought themselves conquerors when they came for the god of death, yet he used their ambitions to free himself. As we know, Drul is Withers. Miracle claimed, and this is talking about the three that took his place, Miracle claimed primacy over death from Drul's bargain, but even he does not rule death alone. What is murder if not the most violent of deaths seized by Baal and its insistent greed? What need would there be for Baal is quasi? He's like the lowest ranking form of a deity. What need would there be for noble Kellenborg to judge passing souls if one deity cannot possess entire? Even gods can die after all. Those who worship death should remember that above all else. Oh, I forgot we can send things to camp. The curse of the vampire in ancient texts written on dry, cracking paper. It is covered and inscribed with every holy symbol you've ever seen, and some you have. Hearken close and beware of the vampire. It is cold beauty, beware its charm, beware its curse. Above all, beware the pale and noble, for the vampire cannot bear to be of the common folk. How doth one protect from the beast? Oh, so that's why Ashering is such an elitist book. How doth one protect from the beast? Walk not in blackest night, for the vampire loves these nights more than any other. If you must walk, do so by the light of our moon, and take care. Carry the blessings and marks of the god at all times, but remember your home is a fortress. If protected well, if you hear a knock in the night, be wary, let no stranger into your home. If it be a friend, look upon them. Do you find them pallid and worn? See you any mark upon their necks, see you any dirt upon their clothes, unless their need is great, turn away all but the most trusted. And if the beast finds a way into your home, flee, leave love and family behind. You will not save them. If you fight, you will not see them again. But they will see you, pale and smiling, calling them into the night. I see. That sounds like pretty standard vampire lore. Getting a lot of repeats here. Already read the ball spawn. Already read the vampire book. It's just 2 copies of the book I already read. I mean, I guess I could resell them because it was worth money. So. Alright, there's no lore we have. Alright, so with this out of the way, let's head back through this door. And indeed unlock this unopenable door. What lies in here? Oh, that's another statue of Jurgle. So this could indeed be... Oh, is this taking us to Jurgle's dank crypt? It is, so... There's an opulent chest piece. It's got some loot in there for us. Gold. So some loot we missed. Alright. Let's go back over here. Taking a swig of ginger ale there. Let's see. I believe the person was north. Alright, so that unopenable door was just a cut to the crypt. Astron's up first. And I see Panther is walking away. Alright. Oh, you just know how to move away, don't you?
I won't give in.
Alright, you're Dr. Evil, main character in chief.
Over here! We got company!
Shut your yap, Android. You just shut your yap. Alright, go to matchroom.
No escape.
You suck.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Alright, come on. Change your weapon out, buddy. Where's the long sword? There we go. Okay. Knew it.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Clown shoes. You suck. Alright.
Let's try to survive.
Save Shadowheart and Adventure.
Time to push my luck again.
There you go. Get out. Stop downing Ash or Shadowheart for no reason. Good. Fuck this guy up. Okay. I can kill Shadowheart. There's Bandit's key held by a bandit guarding the end to the side shop. Yeah.
Can't slow down.
Let's check around here for the lure. Ooh, we're already over encumbered. Got a camp. 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 Let's just send all this shit to camp. 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 Oh, that's right. Camp. 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 Hey. Camp. Oh, that's what adding to wares does. Don't turn lights out here.
Always room for more. Here we go.
Books over here.
What's hiding here?
Ancient, indecipherable text covers the plaque.
Everything's
A
under
dead
the
tongue.
way.
Whoever worshipped here must be long gone.
What'd you say? Why don't I have the dialogue up? Oh, look at all these bookshelves that either have repeat copies of books or they're just empty. How's there a bookshelf? No books. Is my question. How is there a bookshelf with no readable books on it? I need the flavor text on the lore. Yes. The flavor text on the lore. Hey. It's just taking me where I've already been. You know, this is my fault for falling in the hole, really. Alright. Well. Back to looking for Lizelle. Where are you? Oh, the Nautiloid crashes back this way, that's right. Whoa, who are we walking up on? Oh, there's Lizelle.
Dangerous. One of them carved up Zoru's whole squad.
So let's leave it.
And let the goblins have it? No. We take it to the grove.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Alright, you're going to have to...
Don't waste a step.
Hold on, let's see.
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Yes, we shall have them.
Dimesa, watch out!
Get 'em, boys. And also, how is Asherin of all people disapproving of this? You fucking blood drink.
Survival is all that matters.
And then hit him with a scroll. Hit him with a smoke powder bomb.
No hesitation.
Light the grease on fire. Oh, you missed me, bum. Ow. More fire. Good. More fire. You fucking suck, Ashman.
Well, so much for peace.
Get him with the bow.
Dimesa, no!
Fuck you. You suck, Asher. Alright. Try not to die. Fucking bugs.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Gotta hit him with the bow. Because kidnapping
Time to press ahead.
is amoral, and I'm not really a bad person for attacking to fucking kidnap someone. Bitch. Get him with your
Let's make this
fruity
quick.
magic, your fruity light magic. Fucking suck. Alright. Get him with your bow, because you're a fucking miss. With the fireball. Then get back in the cover.
Can't even catch my breath.
Now I'm gonna shoot him with another
No time
bolt.
for mercy.
This is really absorbing arrows like it's no one's business, so. Hit them with your sacred. Now you're gonna miss with that
Bleed for
fireball.
me.
Why are you more accurate with that than your light magic? You with the go-to of the light magic lady.
Enough dawdling. Get me down.
I know. You don't have to be so bossy about it.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the
Talking
more
a
it
lot of shit
consumes.
for someone who couldn't
My people
escape a
possess the
wooden
cure for this
cage.
infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
That's a fair point. A simple thank you wouldn't go amiss.
You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as thanks.
Your cure doesn't even work, bitch.
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Gaith tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification.
I'm going to accept your bullshit proposal because, I need you to absorb damage for me. But you're going to be thoroughly disgusted with how evil I am.
You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
Oh,
Half
trust me,
elf.
ladies, you're
I
both
suppose
gonna
the
hate
family
me by
details
the
are
end of
lost
this.
on a creature like you.
Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
Okay, but you're gonna be thoroughly disappointed
Need to
by
find a
the
way forward.
lack of concern I have for your comings and goings. We're gonna send this off to camp to sell later.
It's been a long day.
Got these
I'll need
stupid
to rest
bastards,
soon.
huh? Alright, we're off to see the wizard, boys. Let's all try not to die. Try to get that in one piece, right? Oh yeah, we should probably go get the guy out with the weave. Probably go get Ashburn. Ow. Yep. Probably should avoid that. Like how my dumbass just went right through it.
What's going on with that room? Looks unstable somehow. You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
Yeah, why not? What else do we have to lose?
A hand? Anyone?
Dumbass Gale. How the fuck? Wait. I don't know what that's gonna do, but sure, sabotage the sigil. Sounds evil. Oh wait, that was enough. Look at me bad at math.
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick.
Alright, well now we have a wizard that's worth more than a lot of you bastards.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this. At magic. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well.
Yeah, how the fuck did they get someone who was, like, able to take over the weave stuck into the Nautiloid? Those tentacled bastards are pretty good. Yeah, drawing my weapon would be a funny thing to do. How did you get stuck in that stone?
I don't know
you
what
weird
transpired
bastard?
exactly, but the ship broke into pieces and I suddenly found myself in freefall. As I was plummeting to certain death, I spied a glimmer quite near where I estimated my body to impact with less than savory propulsion. Recognizing this glimmer to be magical in nature, I reached out to it with a weaving of words and found myself on the other side, as it were. How about you?
Oh, so we
How
magically
did you survive the
interacted
fall?
with the thing that cushioned my landing. I survived, that's all that matters because
quite
they
agree.
care about me.
But I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy.
Oh,
Back on the
fuck you.
ship, you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. Were you not?
That's hardly any of your business, chump.
Gotcha. Private. Nothing to do with me. And yet, if we indulge in the hypothetical for a moment, the insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as seromorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them.
No, I'm dumb as fuck.
As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together?
Sure.
Oh,
I need
I see
bullets,
you're traveling with
spongers.
plenty of company already. Perhaps I can join you later instead.
Get the fuck out of here, Lizelle. Or Shadowheart. Well, they're both kind of useless. The fuck out of here, Lizelle.
Until later, then.
A decision most excellently made. Shall we?
You're embarrassing me in front of the wizard, Lizelle.
Cursed to put my hands on everything. Broken. Must have been here a while. Another broken trap. Who made these things?
Oh, that's these bastards' traps, I see.
We should check it out, but be careful.
It doesn't look like there's anywhere we haven't seen as far as the southern end of this area goes. Wait a minute. Yeah, that away. I guess. Oh, it's picking up my breathing, that's great. My breathing. Don't you love when that happens? Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I could give a fuck less about the crew. Oh.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders!
Alright, people.
That pack of goblins will be on us any second!
We're gonna...
What's going on? Goblins are on our tail!
We're gonna load the save here so we don't have to deal with this tonight, because I'm probably about to go to bed soon. We're creeping up on 2 hours anyway. So... it's not too bad of a time for a gaming stream to come to an end. Now is it? It's not too bad of a time for a gaming stream to come to. I didn't even really need to. Didn't even really need to load it back up again now, did I? Alright people, we're gonna call it a day here so I can watch some YouTube videos, maybe a show or something, maybe even read a book before I call it an evening and go to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. If you are a good person, that is. See you next time.